You've been in the gym for a while and you're starting to look into physique enhancement, but you want to make sure that you're doing things the right way. You're not taking risks with your health, smashing your hormones, and you want to make sure you have the right guide for it. But most of the information out there, it's not built for someone like you. You've been training for years. You know basics of nutrition and you know how to push yourself hard, but you're ready to take things to the next level. You've done the research, you've seen things all over social media, but the more you know, the more you realize how conflicting a lot of the information is. And if done wrong, you can get yourself into a pretty bad mess. The wrong compounds, the wrong dose, no blood work, and nobody in your corner to ask questions when things go wrong. You're not 20 years old with nothing to lose. You got a family, you got a career, and you're not willing to blow all that up just to chase some physique progression. But it's something that you want to do. It's something that you've already made the decision. What you need is someone who's coached at this serious level. Someone who's gonna build a plan for your goals, your body, and your life. And someone who's gonna be there to ask questions along the way. That is what I do. I'm Carson Lebrecq, founder of Built Training Inc. I've been coaching for over 10 years, and I've helped people all the way from competitors, lifestyle, and gym goers just like you. I've built my entire coaching system off of one principle: education before application. And that's the only way to do it. So that means before you put anything in your body, we actually understand why and how to use it properly. That's not the way that most people do it, but that is the only way that I do it. Let me tell you about a few people that I work with. This is Tyrel. Tyrel is in his late 30s, father of two, successful business owner. He had done coaching previously before with another coach. He's been on TRT for a little while, but he wasn't getting the customization and the guidance that he wanted or the results. So he came to me so that we can do things right. So what we did is we put together a plan, executed it. He's got the best results of his life. And now his wife is actually a client as well. Meet Ryan. Ryan's a full-time firefighter, father of two, and he can't do things on the same schedule every day. He can't eat the same meals at the same time every day. While a lot of other coaches are gonna stick him on a rigid bodybuilding plan, that's not gonna work. So what we did was build a plan that actually fit for his life. And the results, they speak for themselves. This is Brad. Brad's 48. He came to me after another coach had put him through a contest prep that was not gonna get him where he needed to go. So what we actually did was we fixed his plan. We set a new schedule, a new timeline for a show. He got on stage 6 months later, 15 pounds heavier, leaner, and in the best shape of his life. All with kids and grandkids. If he can do it, you can do it. This is Aman. He is a father of two, successful business owner, entrepreneur, and he wasn't able to eat on the exact same schedule all the time. He wanted to feel like he could actually still be a family man, eat dinner with his family, have pancakes with his kids on Sunday, but still get the results. And that's exactly what we did. So I built him a plan that is gonna allow him to live a balanced life, but get the best results of his life. Check those out. And this is John. John's in his 50s. John didn't know how to balance his nutrition, his accountability with the rest of his life, especially with travel for work. So what we did was put together a system that actually allows him to sustain that progress long-term. Smarter TRT plan, smarter training plan, and a nutrition system that he's able to execute on the road. And those results, once again, they speak for themselves. Good work, John. So here is what working with me is gonna look like. We're gonna do a full assessment where I go through your full training history, blood work history, nutrition, hiccups, everything. That way I can fully understand your body. From there, I'm gonna build out your full protocol, training system, nutrition plan, and a blood work and enhancement protocol. We're gonna have everything mapped out so we know exactly how to do it, but also why we're doing it. You're gonna check in with me every week, not just a random form, not a text. We're going in detail, we're getting granular. That way I can understand how to fix things if we need to navigate around it. So that is not a program, that's coaching.
Maybe you've tried bodybuilding coaching before, but the structure didn't fit within your life. Why would this be any different? Because bodybuilding coaching generally is around the coach's system, not your life. You get a rigid meal plan, a fixed training schedule, and a check-in format that's going to assume that you live the same day every single day. And when your life shifts, guess what happens? The plan breaks. And when the plan breaks, that's when you fall off. You're only able to maintain it for short bursts of time. And then the coach is going to tell you, you need to lock in, you need some discipline. It's not a discipline problem. It's a plan problem. I get it. You got a job, you got kids, you got a wife, you got a family, a schedule that might not be the same as a pro bodybuilder. So I build the plan around the reality that is your week. The training is going to fit your schedule, the nutrition is going to fit your schedule, and the check-ins are built around what is actually happening in your current life, not some random template. And when things change, that's when we adjust. It's not a compromise, it's how you make things work. What if you're someone who's already dove into enhancement, peptides even? You might even know what you're doing with them, but you just want some help with training and nutrition. Well, you've got the right instinct. Unfortunately, within the enhancement space, a lot of people focus entirely on the compounds. And they forget about the training and nutrition. They treat the compounds themselves as what's driving progress. But for example, if the engine isn't built right and you throw a turbo on it, it doesn't go faster, it just breaks quicker. If you've already ventured into the enhanced side of things, but you've left training and nutrition as an afterthought, well, good news, because you're actually leaving a lot on the table. There's a lot we can fix. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it. We're going to build the training and nutrition system that's actually going to let the compounds do what they need to do. Carson, I just want help with my PEDs and peptides. My training and nutrition are great. I hear this a lot. And while I'm not going to tell you that your training and nutrition aren't okay, because the truth is I haven't seen them yet, but I'll tell you this. Over the last 10 years, when someone comes to me and they say that I just need help with the gear, I just need help with the compounds, my training and nutrition are okay, it's rarely actually the case. The compounds usually aren't the missing piece. The reason that they're not making results is because the training and nutrition system actually isn't set up right. The compounds, they're going to amplify what's already working. But if that foundation already has a bunch of gaps in it, it's not going to fill them. It's going to expose them. So when we get on a call, I'm going to look at everything. If your training and nutrition are genuinely solid, I'll tell you that. And we can focus our direction on what needs to be worked on, the enhancement. But I'm not going to build a protocol on top of shoddy training and terrible, inconsistent nutrition, because you're not going to get results that way. That is how people mess up their health and they waste money. Carson, this is expensive. I could find another coach for $100. Yeah, you can. But we both know exactly what you're going to get at that price point. You're going to get a cookie cutter template. You're going to get a BS check-in form that you get texted once a week. You're going to get something sent through your notes app. You're going to get a coach who doesn't have the time for you because it's their side hustle. The reason I charge what I charge is because I'm not running a volume business. It's not about how many people I can take on. I keep my roster limited, so that way the clients I do take on get intentional help. They get the attention that they need. And with this, it's going to come real results. The people that I work with, they're not paying just to get a plan. They're paying for a coach in their corner. It's different. The question isn't if it's expensive or not. The question should actually be if the result is worth it to you. If you've been putting years of work into this, not getting the results that you actually want, the cost of continuing to do what's not working is a lot higher than the cost to do it right. What if you're not 100% sure that you're ready to commit to a full coaching program? Well, that's okay. This is not a sales pitch on this call. I'm not going to paint you in a corner. It's a conversation where I look at what you're currently doing, where you're at, and where you'd like to go. I'll tell you honestly, if I'm the one to help get you there, and then we can talk about what that'll look like. If it makes sense, great, we can move forward. If it doesn't, I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not interested in taking on clients who aren't gonna be the right fit. If it doesn't work for them, it's not gonna work for me. The only thing that you're gonna commit to right now is having a conversation. How do I know that you're actually qualified to help me with what I'm trying to do? Fair question. While I'm not going to list out a whole bunch of certifications and random courses, because unfortunately the certifications that exist within the coaching space, they're not really worth much. What tells you something is actually the track record. I've coached serious athletes and enhanced lifters for years. Over 10 years at this point. I've worked with people who came to me after bad experiences with other coaches. I've worked with people who came to me mid-prep because they needed a rescue. People who had been on TRT for years but never had their training really dialed into MapStat. And people who are brand new to enhancement and want to make sure that they have the right guide to set things up correctly. The results speak for themselves. I also operate on one principle that not a lot of coaches do within the space. Education before application. Meaning when you work with me, you're never going to put something in your body that you fully don't understand how it works and why we would be using it. That's not just being ethical. That is what's going to produce the best results. You having an understanding and a part in what we're doing. What if after the call, you still need to just think about it? That's fine, but I'm going to be honest with you. What usually happens when someone just needs to think about it, they go right back to what they were doing. They might keep researching a little bit, but they keep second guessing. 12 months down the road, guess what? They're in the same position. Or they tried to figure it out on their own and things did not go the way they hoped. I'm not going to pressure you, but it's likely that if you've watched this whole video, that you already know what you're looking for. The only question left is that if you're going to be serious, that you're ready to do this, or if you're going to kick it down the road.